Welcome to our channel. I'm really glad you're here. I'm Mike with Zippy Snap, and I hope we can craft a kinder, more creative world together. Today we're going to make an envelope. This is the I Have a Dream That One Day, as spoken by Martin Luther King Jr. in 1963, which his speech was about how people are not treated equally, and they should be. On the difficulty meter, I give this a 1 out of 5. This means that this is a super easy craft. You can download this craft template from zippysnap.com. The tools we will be using today are scissors and tape. So with these tools nearby, let's get to crafting. This is also, just to mention, we'll be doing our next one, part of his speech, paraphrased of course, because his speech is copyright. But to start, we got the first 2 pages. It's only a 2-page craft, and we'll start by cutting out the lines right here. Couple images that you'll find on this envelope is his birthplace home, and then also Dexter Avenue King Memorial Baptist Church, which is where he was a pastor at. Martin Luther King Jr. went to Washington as part of the Civil Rights Movement in 1963, and he spoke, I believe, at the Washington Mall is what it's called, and delivered a very empowering speech to the audience there about how everyone should have equal rights and be treated equally, which is what our nation was founded upon. And so that was what part of his movement was, in a very simple sense of the matter. And so this envelope is in honor of Martin Luther King Jr. Day, which is in January. Just a wonderful way to send a letter to somebody that says, you know, this is everyone should be treated equally, and it's a good thing to have that, you know, to have everyone treated equally, because if you were someone who was not treated equally, that would make you upset. So we have the back cut out. Now we'll go do the front of the card. On this envelope, we have it where the I Have a Dream part is on the flap of the envelope, and that one day is on the back side of the envelope. When you kid around these curves here, just remember to kind of go slow. If you go too fast, you'll lose that line. It's a little difficult around those curves, but somebody really would enjoy getting this envelope from you, I know. And if you go like I just did, I did a little bit too big of a cut, that's fine. It's okay to, on these little flaps here, we're going to fold in those edges. And we're cutting just the outline edge, because these inside lines here are going to be fold lines, so don't overcut it, because we're going to need to fold the envelope together. There we go. All right, now we have the front and the back. So we'll start now by folding these edges. I like to fold these 2 edges on the outside in first, because of how we'll tape it together. So just trying to get it lined up as best you can, so you see a little bit of that black line of where the fold line is. And we'll just lay that down, and then we'll do the bottom edge right here. Now I'm just going to put a piece of tape right at these 2 edges, just to hold that there. Very small piece of tape. And if you go over, it's okay to go over like this. Just fold it over and make sure there's no sticky parts left out. Now, in all the envelopes you can either put it on top or put it inside. I like to put it inside because it's a little easier to tape that way. If you tape it outside, there's tape on the edges, and you really want to make sure you're not creating it sticky. So line these top 2 edges up, and then once you have those lined up, we're just going to bring tape along all of the open spots, because if you don't tape down all of the open spots until you get to the top here, when it goes through the postal service machine, it could accidentally catch in their automated sorting machine, and we don't want to damage their equipment. We want to make sure it gets right to the destination that we write on the front of the envelope. So almost there, and there we go. We now have that envelope, and I am gonna, because there's a little bit of an edge right here, I always like to put a little piece of tape right at that edge, and then the same part over here at this edge, just to make sure those edges have a little extra support. And then you just fold this down here, and when you're ready to mail it, just put a piece of tape right there, put your card inside, and write the address on the front, and it will go straight to whoever you're mailing it to. Thank you so much for crafting with me today. I hope it brought you joy and helped your creativity grow. Always remember that you matter and you are valued. I look forward to crafting with you again very soon. Goodbye.